All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Second leg of our Super Sunday here on the channel. And boys, a big one. Carabao Cup Final between these two very strong sides. Two sides, though, varying differences in terms of their recent history in terms of trophies collected. Newcastle, too long between their last trophy. Liverpool won this trophy this time last year. We'll hear for that one as they beat Chelsea. A different type of team went up that day to the team that is going up for it today, though. I'll go through the lineups as we get underway here. It'll be as you expect. I think for most of you at home, while I'm going through this, guys, let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. For Liverpool, I guess the one real big difference is Coman Kelleher starts in goal, despite Alisson probably being the number one. They keep to the cup keeper in that regard there. Back four, Andy Robertson, left back, Ibrahim Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Yarrow Kwanzaa, right back. Obviously, we know Trent Alexander-Arnold is injured, so Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister are in the two deeper line midfield positions. Dominic Szoboszlai plays in behind Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah for Liverpool. It's the usual front three there. For Newcastle, Nick Pope in goal, Tino Livramento is left back, Kieran Trippier, who captained the side in this same cup final 2 years ago, is at right back. Dan Burn, Fabian Schär at centre half. The midfield three is restored. Joe Linton, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Murphy at the right, Harvey Barnes on left, Alexander Isak up top. On the bench, Liverpool, Alisson, Nunez, Chiesa, Gakpo, Elliott, some of the difference makers. For Newcastle, De Bradford's there, Wilson, Osula, Willock, Longstaff, Miley. So both clubs deep, both clubs have talent. Both clubs can definitely make a big impact in this game here from the bench. Got the national anthem being sung here. If you join us, let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. In terms of myself, I think Liverpool win it in extra time. I'm going with a 2-1 Liverpool extra time win. My energy levels probably doesn't want extra time, but I think that's where it's going to end up going. It'll be interesting, though, to see how these two teams sort of size each other up. Newcastle, a team that obviously went to this cup final 2 years ago versus Manchester United. Underwhelmed, I think. They didn't take most of their chances. Liverpool, a team that was in this cup final last year with a different type of squad, but got the job done. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. I think Liverpool will be the team that are looking to go after the game on the front foot, playing a little more progressive, whilst Newcastle sort of sit in a little bit more, absorb a little bit more pressure, and look to play in transitional play, in my regard, there. But very keen. I think 2-1 Liverpool after extra time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you joined us for that first game there, the full couch for that one. 1-1 prediction. We see in the comment section there. Interested to see who you think wins after extra time or penalties. It feels like it's going to be one of those games that is going to go late. It's going to be a real tight game that's going to be one on moments. Obviously, Van Dijk knows about those moments late last year, popping up with that massive header versus Chelsea. Different sort of situation. Like Liverpool come as clear favourites, whilst Newcastle come as the underdogs. But we know they can play. And these two clubs have put together some of the great fixtures in the Premier League in recent times at St James's Park and at home as well. So, look, we're in for some entertainment. Hopefully the occasion of the cup final doesn't underwhelm that and doesn't take away from what these teams do normally, which is back and forth, hammer and tong. That's what we want in this game here. Joe Linton on screen. He'll have a massive job to shut down that Liverpool midfield who got overrun by PSG in the Champions League. And remembering for Liverpool as well, yes, the Premier League might be won, but this is the only other trophy they are competing for this season. FA Cup knocked out by Plymouth, obviously knocked out recently on the week by PSG. Newcastle, the only thing they can actually compete for in general. Nowhere in the Premier League, maybe a late Champions League or Europa League push in the league. But this is the only trophy they can grab, you'd think. So interesting for these two clubs to see how it all lines up. Massive crowd in Wembley. These occasions, we love them. For Liverpool, Les Luis Diaz stand up to the occasion. Can he deliver? He's been quiet in recent games, and in particular, Mohamed Salah, who's often the man that's talked about in every single Liverpool game. Went from being Ballon d'Or favourite to probably being third behind Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha, due to being knocked out of the Champions League, and gone quiet across the last few games. And then we look at the goalkeepers as well. In a game like this, that could get into penalties or major moments needing big saves. You've got Koeman Kelleher, who's big in this tournament, loves this tournament, loves tournament football, cup football. Nick Pope, though, a massive keeper, can make some big penalty saves as well. So if we do go that deep, we're seeing how we go there. Liverpool's workmanlike midfield versus the grit and grind and the hustle of the Newcastle midfield. But boy, we're in for a good game here, I think. I think we're absolutely spoiled here with this cup final. Eddie Howe looking for some revenge for 2 years ago. Liverpool looking to get back on track in many regards after a very wonky week in the Champions League. So here we go. Alexis McAllister gets us kicked off. Liverpool in their red strip from right to left. And Newcastle United in their traditional black and white as well. They're kicking from left to right. They'll be kicking to the opposite fans in the first half. But to their adoring supporters come the second half. And Dan Burn sends that first header out of play for the first Liverpool throw of the game. As I said, interested in the pace of this game early on. Cup finals, big games. It always takes a while for teams to get settled into it. Get to grips with how they want to play their football, how they want to shape up. It's an early foul against Diogo Jota. He's got a big job cut out for him as a centre forward that's very undersized against these two massive towering centre halves in Fabian Schär and Dan Burn. Liverpool fans making the noise on the right-hand side of the screen. They know this occasion. They know this cup competition very, very well. Obviously, you've been to this cup final now 3 times in the last 4 years, so they know this Wembley trip oh so well. And I hope it's more trips to come in the future under Arne Slot. But this will be the one and only this season. Tonali gets an early touch of the football. Dominic Szoboszlai right at his feet. Newcastle United look to build up first here in this Carabao Cup final. That ball for Murphy is searching and only finding a Liverpool foot of Andy Robertson. Newcastle, you want to make a bright start. You want to get the ball as much as possible. Limit Liverpool's control early on. Obviously, they're the more experienced team in this competition, in these cup finals. They'll probably be the calm of the two sides, the bigger players. It's really important that Newcastle get a real grip of this game early on. Shares long ball. It's Murphy. Oh, looking for Isaac and Van Dijk's in the way. And McAllister's header gets it clear. And here come Liverpool the other way. And already the pace of the game is up in this 5th or 6th gear. Really massive midfield battle to come in this one. You already see straight away Dominic Szoboszlai getting on the ball early. Here goes Luis Diaz, who needs to step up after quieter recent games. Taking on the experienced Kieran Trippier and fouling the experienced Kieran Trippier. And this time, 2 years ago, was captaining this Newcastle side in a Carabao Cup final versus Manchester United. And that will linger in the thoughts of these Newcastle players. A lot of them played that day versus Manchester United, feeling short that day. But equally so, a lot of change. Harvey Barnes, new Alexander Isak playing this game here. Different positions for the back feet. Tino Livramento playing. Sandro Tonali new to the club as well. So as much as some players were here and did it, a lot of players are very different as well. Here's Jacob Murphy. Great ball to find Harvey Barnes. He's stretching and Couldn't quite get that accuracy in that ball, but Jacob Murphy again and getting into a dangerous spot. Consistent contributor this season, Jacob Murphy, and what looked like a weak spot for Newcastle this season, he's filled in valiantly and done a fantastic job. And he'll be important yet again. His work rate up and down that right-hand flank, getting at an ageing Andy Robertson who can be called out defensively, especially with the turn of speed not quite being there. Looking to try to exploit that region of the park. Seeing Yarrow Kwanzaa on screen as well. What a massive occasion for him. To step up and make a stand here with Trent Alexander-Arnold out. Key players missing for this side. He has to take that right-hand side of the fence and take him by the scruff of the neck in this one here, make it his own. Keep the likes of Harvey Barnes quiet and potentially double up onto Alexander Isak. Great little run from Tino Livramento. He's taken down by Alexis McAllister, and it's going to be a Newcastle free kick in a relatively dangerous position. McAllister just dangling a foot out. There's a first real chance from a set piece to set up something of note for Newcastle United, who've been the better of the two sides across the opening 5 minutes here. Harvey Barnes standing over this. Kieran Trippier walking over with interest. Attacking the goal in front of those Liverpool fans. Trippier short into Barnes. Little give go with Tonali. Harvey Barnes. Blocked away by Gravenberch, and a great little training ground drill there. Well worked free kick, one-touch football, give, go, movement. Liverpool caught flat-footed and couldn't get out to stop Harvey Barnes in the end. Gravenberch denying Alexander Isak a clear opportunity in the box to knock Newcastle in front. And here's the Magpies early on here on the front foot and looking at the better of the two sides. A lot of tall timber for Trippier to aim for. Dan Burn in particular being one. Kelleher comes. McAllister hooks clear. Soboslai's header finds Diaz. Salah had chase, but Pope there in the way. My God, the pace of this game early on is fantastic. Andy Robertson, manhandled by Tonali. That's probably one of the easiest free kicks that the referee will have to give today. John Brooks, our official in this game here. McAllister now with the first Liverpool set piece. You go end to end. One set piece after the other. What have Liverpool got up their sleeve in this set piece? Van Dijk in there, Canate in there as well. You always know Mohamed Salah's me lurking around for the second ball. It's the Argentine McAllister, it's the Scottish Andy Robertson of this one here. McAllister's in-swinger. And no one quite quick enough to get on the end of that one there. Pope looked to it quickly, but Gravenberch were in the way. Broke that counter-attack up. The speed, the intensity of this first half in the first 7 minutes is quite ridiculous. Didn't expect it this quick, this early. Well, we've been blessed with it. Trippier into the feet of Jacob Murphy. He's been a bit of a live wire early here. Finding Bruno Guimaraes. Skipper for the side today. Joel Linton. That midfield three going to be massive in this game here to keep Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch controlling the game. Just got to watch what PSG did in midweek and kept that Liverpool side quiet. Searching ball for Salah, but that's just finding touch. It'll be a Pope goal kick. That's what Gravenberch has in his arsenal though. Great ball playing midfielder. Naturally more of an 8, playing at the 6 here at Liverpool. doing a fantastic job this season. Definitely in contention, Premier League team of the season, you'd think so. Alongside like some Moises Caicedo and Koa midfield. He did have a massive role tonight. Van Dijk's header. Bit of head tennis with Dan Burn. Van Dijk brought to ground. That's a foul on Alexander Isak. You bring Canate and Liverpool just looks like a little bit of the speed and intensity out of this game here because there's been electric in the first 8 or so minutes. Kelleher long for Jota, who wins that initial header. Burn heads away though. Touch tight to Mohamed Salah. They search for Salah again. And the Egyptians in behind Dan Burn. In the end, Salah takes out of play. Two fantastic support groups in a cacophony of noise in Wembley. Pull back on Livramento. Newcastle have the foul on the halfway line. I'll tell you what, something about Wembley. When you're at Wembley, good things happen, excitement happens. Had a real bright first 10 minutes of this game. Newcastle setting up another set piece. Kieran Trippier over this one. They got that tall timber with Share and Burn. His Share on the end of this one. Who's calling the volley. An attempted pass, but ended up turning almost into a shot. Floats to the back post. Yeah, a ballsy attempt for Fabian Schär, but never really testing Coleman Kelleher. Here's Yarrow Kwanzaa into Dominic Szoboszlai. Great press here from Newcastle, who've been a team that have been vulnerable to the press themselves, but they're high and up on Liverpool as they play out from the back there. That's come off Tonali for a Liverpool throw. As I said in the pre-game, Liverpool really nothing else to compete for. Yes, the Premier League is technically still alive, but that massive gap to Arsenal and the inconsistency that Arsenal play with sort of ends that or kills that debate. They're out of the FA Cup. They got knocked out by PSG in the Champions League. And I say it a lot. I said in the podcast, actually, this time, January every year, it feels like Liverpool are in for a treble, but it always seems to fall apart very, very quickly. But this Carabao Cup has become a bit of a dominant cup for this side, and it's a confidence booster. And considering this is really what they're playing for this season now, it's going to be a massive game for them, and they'll definitely be switched on. Obviously, Newcastle, they need to end this trophy drought as well. So you've got two really, really competitive teams that, of course, every team gets to the final. I want to win it, but City teams of the past, Chelsea teams, being preoccupied with Champions League football, Premier League title races and co. These are two teams that this could be the pinnacle of their season, to be honest. And they're a real competitive part of their season. Here's McAllister, broken up by Trippier. He's had a real good start to this game. Actually, the right-hand channel for Newcastle had a bright start. Jacob Murphy and Kieran Trippier, who Newcastle fans may have hoped by now have been phased out of this side, but they've been fantastic this season. Contributed a lot, despite the worries coming into the season, especially about Kieran Trippier and his availability and consistency in this side. There's Bruno Guimaraes. Skipping past one and looking to find Harvey Barnes in behind, but Van Dijk, as always, in the way. Here is the Brazilian finding Kieran Trippier. Into the feet of Jacob Murphy. Squeezes it through to Sandro Tonali, who's got Szoboszlai for company. No foul, says John Brooks. Looked like a foul. And look, I had Liverpool winning it in extra time 2-1, but the way this game started, you'd have to say Newcastle had the edge, but this is where Liverpool are dangerous. In transition, in open space, and using the quick players like this man on screen, Mohamed Salah, cutting inside. His pass broken up. Gravenberch coming from an offside position to make that challenge on Bruno Guimaraes. And the skipper down just trying to get his breath back, I think. It's been a high pace, up and down type first quarter of an hour. Jolinton all over the back of Ryan Gravenberch. It's found Jacob Murphy. Tees up a shot, Murphy. That's gone into one of those rows behind that Liverpool goal. Yes, Quanta straight through Liverpool like that. That's the intensity you want for a cup final. Kelleher long. Headed back though towards the Liverpool defence, and Andy Robertson's clearance is poor. It's picked up by Kieran Trippier, who's, as I said, has been everywhere so far. Murphy trying too much there, a little bit too tricky. McAllister, Gravenberch. Yarrow Quansah. Had a funny old season, Quansah. Start of the year at centre half, while Kanate was just getting back to fitness, it felt like, and then really bad start at Ipswich. Couldn't really find his spot yet again. Being a cup rotation player, but really hasn't made a mark, and has looked truly like a third or fourth choice centre half this season. Not like that young player trying to push through and take the starting spot for his own. So a real great chance for him here to make his mark. Make a stand in a cup final. Maybe being difference maker against a very speedy Harvey Barnes in that left-hand channel there for Newcastle United. See, a beautiful night of football. We saw Arsenal and Chelsea before 1-0 to the Arsenal in that game there, but Inter Milan and Atalanta play. Juventus also play Fiorentina today as well. There is the Glasgow Rangers Celtic match up tonight as well. Leicester play Manchester United later on as well. We are blessed for football today. And obviously the big one is Barcelona and Atletico Madrid later into tonight. Back on this one here, Luis Diaz. Looks McAllister. Liverpool's probably best set of possession. As I say that, McAllister gives it away. Pull back for that Jolinton challenge. McAllister feels like he's in the midst of everything at the moment. Every sort of 50-50, every half, challenge, a tackle, a push, a shove. It's always him involved. That's what the Argentine's all about. Linton trying to get him behind now. Livramento. The Italian Tonali. To Jolinton. He's cross-deflected into the hands of Coman Kelleher. He looks to release quickly, and it's Diogo Jota who releases. Hit by Tonali, he covers every blade of grass. You'll be expecting that again today. Andy Robertson. Ibrahima Kanate now. Massive job today for him today to really keep quiet. Alexander Isak, who is the man for Newcastle. Keeping quiet all you want, but he always finds a way to have an impact on a game of football, especially these big ones. And a big one like this, like a cup final, he'll definitely have his fingerprints all over this game here as Trippier heads back to his keeper, Nick Pope, who obviously missed that final 2 years ago because of getting that red card versus Liverpool. He'll be glad to be playing this one here. Just Loris Karius, he played that cup final versus Manchester United in 2023. McAllister. Raven Bear finds Andy Robertson with some green grass to gallop into. Luis Diaz now chopping back inside. Supported by Alexis McAllister now. Newcastle fans with the whistles and the boos. As Liverpool, as I said, once again, try to get some sort of possession and control of this game. It's been a little bit up and down, a little bit more in the Newcastle favour than they would have wanted. So Boslar's ball's in. And Fabian Schär in front of the incoming Diogo Jota to clear away. Andy Robertson, he likes his little spot pockets he finds. Jota's headed down looking for Diaz. Didn't quite find him. Jacob Murphy looks to drive this ball out. Great little dink pass to find the skipper, Bruno Guimaraes. She holds off Ryan Gravenberch. And that's come off Virgil van Dijk for another Newcastle corner. Here is Dan Burn. McAllister near him. Quansah matches up to Fabian Schär. And if he goes short to Alexander Isak, he found Diogo Jota. Silly mistake from the Swedish. He's not happy with the decision at all. Really poor from Isak. Give away that short corner. Pope high into the London sky. Van Dijk wins that header. Burn heads it back. Bit of a head tennis between them at the moment. That header's landed into the path of Jota. And Trippier smartly back to his keeper. Halfway through the first half, still 0-0. Newcastle have probably had the edge, but Liverpool building into this game the last 4 or 5 minutes. Looking more threatening with and without the football. But I tell you what, there's been no real settling in phase of this game here. Might not have had a goal yet, but it felt like it's been really energetic, back and forth, up and down. Intensity and energy there to be seen. Both teams not taking a backward step. Yaro Quansah skipped past the second challenge. And a third. And left the pass short for Diogo Jota. And that's his defensive background there showing through. Searching ball for Isak. Met by Ibrahima Kanate. 1-2 between Barnes and Isak. It is Harvey Barnes. Now another Isak. He's run out of green grass to run into. The cutback for Sandro Tonali. It's Tonali! Oh, it's gone wide. Kelleher was scrambling. The first real chance for Newcastle. Great little move. 1-2 between Isak and Gordon. Gordon then refines the Swede in behind and Met by Quanta and Canada. The cut back goes to Tenali. Skips past Gravenberch to open up the space. Just couldn't get enough curl on that one there. I like the intensity, like the speed of shot though. Had Kermin Kelleher scrambling towards his left and nearly the open in this game here. More questions than answers for Arne Slot at the moment, because Newcastle started this game bright hot. Again, Trippier calmly heads back to his keeper. Probably the best in the park right now, Kieran Trippier. Bruno looking to find Jacob Murphy. Virgil van Dijk meets him or Canate. Has to be careful to not put that ball in his own net, because Ezekiel's right behind him. And another Newcastle corner. And I'll tell you what, the transition and the movement down this right-hand flank has been superb. And Jacob Murphy probably looked to be offside in the end. I think Isaac's having a chat there with Jacob Murphy saying, get that ball in earlier. Give me a chance to make a run in front of Canate. There's a Newcastle corner though. Trippier standing over this one. Once again, lofted to the back post. Burn wins the initial header. It's Bruno! Oh, and Kelleher got big. And smothered that Bruno chance. McAllister too easily pushed under that one. He's got to think if they're going to match up that matchup a little bit better. Jota, the centre forward, drifting out into that little half space. Luis Diaz. McAllister, lofted borders looking for Salah. Livramento heads away. Barnes the second ball. Virgil van Dijk, the skipper, looked it up this side. He was massive in this cup final last season. That winner versus Chelsea in the end has been important all season. One of the three, the big three, haven't signed yet. No news in anyone really re-signing. I'm thinking Virgil van Dijk most likely to come back. Mohamed Salah, after now, probably not. Oh, the giveaway from Kwanzaa. Kanata had to win that challenge. But you look at Virgil, not the skipper. I think really more European orientated. I think he should stay. Mo Salah. I don't know. I thought if he was competing for this Ballon d'Or still, he would have stayed for next season to complete that full 12-month cycle for the Ballon d'Or. But now that he's probably out of it with what Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha, Kylian Mbappe now as well is doing, he might end up heading across to Saudi or one of those Asian countries to go finish his career. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think that's almost a banker to be to Real Madrid. But do Real Madrid want him? That's the question, I guess. But for free, I think they'll take Trent any day of the week. Luis Diaz fouled by Trippier. First real mistake the English right-back's made. The Bull fans find voice here in the 28th minute as Andy Robertson has a very centralised free kick. Ball in, flicked on by Dan Burn. Mohamed Salah just ushers that behind for Liverpool corner. Andy Robertson here to take this one. Left-footed in-swinger. Joe Linton easily clearing that one away. Jacob Murphy nicking off the feet of Andy Robertson for a Liverpool throw. Getting towards the last quarter of an hour of this first half. Been a good one. Still waiting on our opening goal though. In this massive cup final. Gravenberch looking for Salah. Livramento nips in front of him, and once again Mohamed Salah yet to really have an impact in the game. Very early for him though. You know he grows into a game like this one. Andy Robertson. Lofted ball. Luis Diaz. Pope came. Got the ball. Offside. Little moment there. Little nervy moment for Nick Pope. He has in this fixture in recent history come drifting off his line and making mistakes. Oh, it's just in the end for Luis Diaz. A great little lofted ball from Andy Robertson. Pope doesn't know if he's offside or not. He had to come. But nearly made a real mess of it. Another wins a corner off Canante, and yet again Newcastle winning those little 50-50s, getting the ball driven forward. A chance to whip another ball into the box. Newcastle corner now. Trippier again, lofting that one to the middle of the box. Tonali looked like he was going to tee one up. Trippier to send it back in. Dan Burn the target. Kelleher didn't get any of it, but neither did Dan Burn. Number one is able to roll out for a goal kick for Liverpool. It's a nervy moment there for Coleman Kelleher, the Irishman. Wanted to come, wanted to collect, but got real nothing of it, and lucky in the end that Dan Burn didn't get a piece of it himself. Great header one there by Luis Diaz, finding Jota. Macau just whacks that. Diaz ain't happy. Got underrun by Kieran Trippier in the end. John Brooks having a chat with Englishman at right back. Newcastle goal kick with Nick Pope for that one. Slot just having a little chat with the referee. It's not a very happy Arne Slot so far, and it'd be quite a concerned look on his face because Newcastle have been the greater of the two sides in the first half an hour. He said, I'm not able to really get anything in behind the Newcastle backline. Utilise like Ahmad Salah. Luis Diaz has probably got the best outball so far. As for Newcastle, they're having a field day getting at this Liverpool backline. Harvey Barnes now. Doubled up on. Great ball in. It's Isaac. It's blocked by the back of Robertson. A great block again from Andy Robertson. To deny Kieran Trippier. Let's share a few words. Newcastle again. Great work down the left. Harvey Barnes sitting that ball up, and Andy Robertson had no idea about it, and it came off his back to block Isaac, and then he followed up to close down the space for Kieran Trippier, who was steaming in for a shot on the rebound. Newcastle have edges 100% now in the first half. They're looking the more likely. Trippier's ball in. Met by Dan Burn. Flicked on. Oh, by Bruno, and Kelleher was aware to it. Collected quite easily in the end. But again, this mismatch. Dan Burn and McAllister at the back post. Oh, Bruno gets any bit of more of a meaningful contact in the end. That probably goes in the back of the net. Got a flick, but not enough. And Kelleher, I think, will be grateful that didn't take a large deflection. It's a Newcastle throw. Kieran Trippier, probably the best on the pitch at the moment. Absolutely everywhere. It's opening 35 minutes. 10 to play in the first half. Still 0-0. But a lot of chances for Newcastle in that final third. And Coman Kelleher has been kept busy whilst Nick Pope has had little to nothing really to do. Quanta puts that out for another Newcastle throw. Pressure building here. Off the ball from Trippier, met by Van Dijk. As far as Murphy. It's a good take from Joel Linton. Share. Wow, McAllister. Szoboszlai. Here come Liverpool. Salah Hawks. Murphy's head is dodgy. Pope had to come. Share did well enough in the end to get rid. Van Dijk, great defensive header. Andy Robertson. Ball just bobbling around. Bruno wins that battle versus Alexis McAllister. Lofted ball broken up by Quansah. Salah returns the favour to the right back. Joelinton at his feet. Joelinton winning it. Joelinton winning a foul. Fantastic work from the Brazilian. He fires up those Newcastle fans who I don't think need much of a reason to be fired up. They're absolutely up for this one. Newcastle fans adoring singing his name. Joelinton, the king of the 50-50s. Love the little 50-50 battle. There's Emil Kraft warming up. Might be a problem for one of the fullbacks then. Livramento or Kieran Trippier. There's a head collision here between three, it looks like. Tonali, Joelinton and Dominic Szoboszlai all down. Good at all. And then Tonali and Szoboszlai connect heads as well. As Kieran Trippier is battling a bit of hamstring awareness there. Got the deep heat on that right hamstring. Not a good sign considering he's probably the best player in the park for both sides. A Kraft, Target, two options off the bench. Again, not of the quality or the consistency of the English international, but it might be called into action here because Kieran Trippier, with his injury history and his vulnerability to those soft tissue injuries, could be a threat here. He's caught straight away. Diaz wanted a handball against the Englishman. Clearance superb to find Joel into the middle of the park. He finds Alexander Isak. Andy Robertson finds him. Great challenge coming back from the Scotsman. Van Dijk's long searching ball, finding the grateful gloves of Nick Pope. And that wins from Kieran Trippier is not a good sign. That's just the hand of Trippier, but inadvertent, and I don't think that's actually a deliberate action there. Down to the football. Gravenberch. Shots are looking for Diaz. Close. Wasn't meant to be though. Kante wins two headers. Kwanzaa wins that loose ball and hoofs it forward. Livramento now on the ground. Finding his partner down that channel there in Harvey Barnes, and Newcastle will build up from the back once more. They've put the greater side. They've made them more progression going forward, and they've made the better dents in Liverpool armour. Some serious attacking football. Here is Tino Livramento on the left. Chopping back inside and finding... Oh, I thought Alexander Isak for a second. But just kept whipping away from the big Swede up top. But really dangerous again. Newcastle in transitional movements. Going quick, going direct into the flanks. And getting balls into the box now. It's a few times. They've chopped back inside and looked to whip that ball in. It's a few times now that Isak, Trippier, even centre halves and set pieces have come close to getting on the end of those balls into the box. Great header from Kieran Trippier, even if he is dealing with that hamstring awareness. There's Livramento found by Fabian Schär. He finds Harvey Barnes. That pass meets the outstretched foot of Ryan Gravenberch. Liverpool on the back foot, and it might have to be to end this first half. Livramento to take this Newcastle throw on the far side. They continue to attack to that end with the Liverpool fans. Boy, they love to take a goal into the half-time interval. The Toon Army. You know, they probably warranted it. They played the better football. They've had some great chances and great build-up as well. Nick Pope long. Not just that Liverpool have been poor, they've just not been at quite the races as of yet. Haven't quite been able to match the intensity or creativity of this Newcastle side. Jacob Murphy's ball in, hopeful, wishful, and behind for a goal kick. Found the centre of the park there. Bruno again winning that little 50-50 battle versus Alexis McAllister. Last minute before some stoppages and then half time. Energetic, high intensity, high pace first half, but so far no goals to come with that. Bodies at the ground of the far post. It falls to Harvey Barnes, whose shot's blocked by Ibrahim Kanate. Another Newcastle corner. Could be the 5th at least now for the Magpies. Again, big ball, lofted ball to the box. Dan Burn, Isaac getting onto it. Landing at the feet of Harvey Barnes. And on a lucky day, that deflects up and over Kelleher into the back of the net for 1-0. But not to be. Kanate's block sends it behind for another Newcastle corner kick. On half-time, you'd think. Newcastle ball in. Dan Burn! It found the back of the net, Dan Burn! And Newcastle lead in the cup final. And those are black and white are jumping for joy. And it's big Dan Burn rising the big BFG in the box. And he heads Newcastle in front. What's a ball in? Have been tempting this now for the full first half. Balls into the area have been dangerous. McAllister's had his handful. And finally, at last, Dan Burn gets on the end of it. Powerful header and a precise header into the corner. And the two are something to shout about. Lofted him. McAllister couldn't go with him. And Dan Burn, too much space to run, too much time. And a real powerful head into the side netting. What a time, what a place to score for Dan Burn. Big Burn. As Newcastle head. Advantage to those in black and white. We've got a few seconds left to play this first half. But boy, those Newcastle fans, ecstatic. And it was just like it was meant to be. Dan Burn heading it off a Trippier corner. Both of those two have been fabulous in this first half. And Newcastle absolutely warranted this lead. Liverpool have not adapted. They've not been quick enough to the 50-50s. And the biggest adaptation is they haven't manned up Dan Burn from a set piece. And final knockings here of this first half. And it's a goal scorer, Dan Burn, a hook away. Into touch. Gravenberch heads upwards. Joe Linton gives it away. McAllister finding Mohamed Salah. Do Liverpool have one more chance here right at the end of the half? It's Salah. It's Diaz. It's for Jota. Oh, and he pulls his shot. That was wild. Massive opportunity on the eve of half-time. And that's half-time. Listen to that roar from the Newcastle fans. Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 0 as we enter the major interval. Dan Burn the header on half-time, on 45 minutes. Newcastle in the better side. They played a bit of football. Liverpool looking a little flat, a little slow. But half-time interval, a chance for Arne Slot and his men to try and solve this problem. It's a lot for them to solve. They'll come back in the second half, trailing Newcastle 1-0. Eddie Howe's men trying to make up for that failure in 2023. And boy, they've made a grand start. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0. I'll be back after the halftime break. All right, we are back for second half. Food in hand. Need the energy. No substitutes for Liverpool or for Newcastle. Newcastle don't need to change. I think they're killing it at the moment. It's about what Liverpool can do to respond. Newcastle in black and white gets kicked off. They lead 1-0 thanks to Dan Burns' header just before half-time. They kick to their black and white wall from right to left as Liverpool trail. They kick from left to right to their own fans. I think for Liverpool, all just about getting that pace, getting that intensity back in their game. It fell away there in the first half. They made a good start. Far from their best, but I think from the sort of 15th minute onwards, they lost their way, they lost their intensity. They weren't winning second balls. They weren't first to the football. And that makes a difference. You see that. I think the naivety to leave Dan Burn consistently freed from set pieces and corners, they deserve to go down in the end. It's just idiotic. So, you know, they've fallen on their own sword in many regards with their naivety in set piece play. So they have to make it up in the second half. We know they'll bounce back. They're a great side. But Newcastle found their form. I said in the first half, they wanted to start the better of the two sides. They needed to get their feet grounded in a cup competition like this. No win over 70 years of a major domestic trophy. So, you know, they're the nervous side coming into it. Liverpool, the experienced side, the side that's won this trophy last year. They'll be the more calm side. So Newcastle needed a quick start. Liverpool gifted it to them. And I think now it's all up for grabs the second half here because we need to see Liverpool come out of their shell a bit, play with a bit more speed, a bit more incisiveness. Like this from Van Dijk here, he drives forward. That's a great little slip ball in. Jota, pull back. Oh, Diaz was there. Much better for Liverpool. Linton in the way though. Diaz finds Salah. Now Alexis McAllister. Ryan Gravenberch. Jeez, Diaz thought he was fouled. No foul given though. Van Dijk heads away. So what? It's a real much more feisty Liverpool in the second half. You can tell there's an urgency to their play, and there needs to be. Szoboszlai. Look for Jota. I think he might be the key man. Diogo Jota, the man leading the line. Does he stay leading the line? Do they get a Darwin Núñez on? I know that sounds ridiculous, but a game like this where Newcastle actually have spaces available, there's two massive, tall centre-halves that aren't necessarily rapid. This is a game for Darwin Núñez to insert his flair, insert his random nature just to make things happen. We saw it versus Brentford in the Premier League just a couple months ago. 0-0, dead game. Liverpool did have a little bit more of control of that game, but eventually it broke down, and then Darwin Núñez there with a double and secured Liverpool the win with the late goals. He does find ways to impact games. Here's Newcastle's first corner of the second half. What happens now? Who goes? It's still McAllister with Dan Burn. That almost seems ridiculous. Trippier to whip this one in. Will it be a repeat of the opening goal? It's Joelinton. It's at the back. And it's Isaac. It's offside. He waving the finger, but that means nothing these days. They all wave the finger. Will be checked. Joelinton the back post. Pulls it back. He might be on. He looks on. Gravenberg looks like he's playing on Alexander Isak. This could be 2-0. This is 2-0. Not stand. How is it on a... Well, I need to see that back. That looked onside. That's come off Diaz, and Trippier again winning a 50-50. This is ridiculous from Liverpool. There's a cut back. Dan Burn actually gets on the end of it in the end. See, that looks on to me. Yeah, it doesn't look upset, so maybe it is offside. There's no lines drawn on the screen that I've seen, so I don't know. Newcastle, though, are back on the front foot. Liverpool made the bright start. Murphy, Isaac, 2-0! Newcastle are on cloud 9. And it's their super Swede to smash Newcastle into a 2-goal lead. They deserve it. They earned it. They've got it. And that Toonami and the Magpies are flying at Wembley. And Liverpool listless, lifeless, flat. And at this point, laughable. Whilst that super Swede, that special Swede, does it again. The fox in the box. Hyping up that Newcastle crowd. Can they dare to believe these Newcastle fans? It all comes to Liverpool down this side here. Works with Harvey Barnes of the 1-2. He gets to the byline, stands the ball up, and fair play to Murphy, heading that ball down. And then Isaac on the half volley. He controls the finish. He plays it into the side netting. Kelleher, no chance. Van Dijk caught in no man's land. Isaac with a space in the box. And that's how you finish. Two zip. 2 to the good. At the moment, too good. Newcastle United. My God, what a scene this is. What a story they are writing. Robertson to Szoboszlai. Back to Andy Robertson. It's a long, deep ball over Liverpool and over Mo Salah. Is that just the theme of Liverpool today? One team looks like they're on for 2-3 goals more. Was one team kind of put together 2 or 3 more passes. You know, 2-goal cushions are dangerous in football. Liverpool need to really strike, though, almost instantly to have an impact in this. We've only got 35 minutes left of regulation time. They have to go soon, you think. Andy Robertson Tries to get his way past two and doesn't. And Arne Slot has to make change, and here they are. Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones readying themselves. It's all falling apart very quickly for Arne Slot's men. FA Cup exit around a month ago. Champions League exit midweek. And today, well, this is just one of the worst performances I've seen from Liverpool in some time. Slow, lacking creativity. And to be honest, second rate, second to the ball, not good enough. I guess if there's any team to drag himself back into a game like this, it would be Liverpool. But I just don't see where it's coming from. And the way they're at the moment, it just looks like they've not got enough. Núñez and Jones are readying themselves. Off comes Diogo Jota. And off comes Ibrahim Konate, I think, as well. So Konate goes as well. You need to see how this all lines up now. Does Gravenberch drop into centre half? Do they play the one centre half with Robertson and Quanto centre halves, I guess? They've got the extra playmakers. They've got the difference maker, I feel like, or an X factor in Darwin Núñez. Say what you will, he always finds a way to impact a game of football, and he loves a game versus Newcastle United. So Gravenberch drops in the centre half. Quanto continues at right back. Andy Robertson at left back. Darwin Núñez down the middle. Dan Burns having himself quite the game. Looking like the player of the game so far. Van Dijk to no one in particular in the end. Harvey Barnes takes that down. He's brought down by Yarrell Quansah, and those Newcastle fans are delirious. 33 minutes away from a piece of history. Another set piece, another chance for Byrne to get his head onto something. Liverpool continue to keep McAllister on him. It's just, it goes beyond me. Trippier's floater. Van Dijk first connection. Only as far as Jacob Murphy. Fabian Schär now working with Bruno Guimaraes, and that's offside. Delirious at one end and pensive and nervous on the other. Here comes McAllister, feeding into Luis Diaz. Now Dominic Szoboszlai rolls it back. Oh, a shot from Josie to the bench, and what a save from Nick Pope. And that just woken up the Reds. Great flowing move. Szoboszlai's cut back. Didn't think it got out of his feet quick enough, but Jones got it out of his feet. Struck the ball well. And it's a flailing arm from Pope in the end that just parries it out. Probably too central in the end. The finish had to go and pick a corner. It's Sandro Tonali down, really grasping at that groin, which might have a massive impact on tonight, but the rest of their season. Oh, Bruno sort of ends up kicking him. Oh, the body sliding in. Maybe he was forced to go in that direction, but you thought if you're Curtis Jones, you pick a corner and you go to the corner. Sandro Tonali will continue. The couple cuts and bruises on that groin of his. Actually, a gashing cut on that groin. McAllister over this corner. Can he make up for his failures in the first half? Dead delivery. Van Dijk, the target. Szoboszlai turns away from Harvey Barnes' challenge. Half an hour to go. Diaz, Jones. Substitute already making an impact. Finding the Colombian. Trying to get space there. Get off a shot or a cross, but unable to shake Bruno Guimaraes. Little slide ball in. Blocked behind by Joelinton. He's celebrating every tackle and block like it's a World Cup final winning goal. Great ball from Jones. Andy Robertson always willing to run in behind. And again, they're Brazilians there. And he absolutely loves it. McAllister again. Great whip. Pope comes and punches. Jones starts again. Here's Gravenberch. Skiff past Alexander Isak. Liverpool turning up the heat. They've been awoken by that Newcastle second. But you just feel like you need to make the most of this momentum. You need to strike now while the iron's hot. Szoboszlai lofted in. Is that a foul? Is that a penalty? No. The ball just bounced off Nunez in the end, actually. It's a real big chance for the Uruguayan. That's what I mean. Nunez in and around the box. Things are going to happen. Chaos is going to happen. In Newcastle, go with Kieran Trippier. His hamstring seems to be okay. Bruno. Oh. Cheeky little back heel. McAllister turns away from danger, but then passes into danger. Tonali looked to find Harvey Barnes, broken up by Yarrow Kwanzaa. And look at it, Newcastle getting second balls are onto it. Bruno. Barnes. Isak. Oh, what a save. Kelleher keeps it at 2-0. And Liverpool holding on by threads. And they're holding on by Fabian Schär. And that would have been a wrap, I thought. What a save from Kermin Kelleher. Look, Bruno gets onto the second ball first. Great ball to find Barnes. Might have been offside. Gets it back into the area, and Isak has to do a lot with it because it's high on him. It got big on him. But still, fair play to Kelleher. He's moving all around the box. It keeps it off from crossing the line. Liverpool are hanging on. This is what Newcastle are like. That's what I always talk about when I talk about Newcastle. At their best, like they are today, with a three in midfield, it's second balls, it's energy, it's intensity. And Liverpool haven't matched it. And as a midfielder, I talk up a lot. I rave at this Liverpool midfield, but it's back-to-back games now. Champions League versus PSG. And the cup final here, they've been outworked and outplayed by an opposition midfield. Gravenberch heads down. McAllister flicks on. And we've got Joelinton down. Look at those replays of the goals. First down, Burn. What a header from him. Big man. So that's a great finish. None of that second there. That's just a great team goal. Now down to Rezak. You know he's a man for the moment. Look at the energy. Look at the intensity. Like, Newcastle off, Gakpo on, and more attacking talent comes on the pitch as Liverpool go incredibly aggressive. Gakpo, clinical finisher, so you know if he gets in the spot, he'll put it away. So right now, Newcastle have 9 on the pitch. Joelinton and Isaac, after their treatment, have been forced to remain off. So Liverpool have a 2-man advantage here. Mohamed Salah. Well, they're giving it away. Now they're breaking away. They've got 2 added on. It's a little power play for Newcastle. Isaac. Oh, and the pass is poor. Went from a Liverpool power play to a Newcastle power play with Isaac and Joelinton coming on after the turnover and possession. It was Tonali leading the break. Sees Isaac out of the corner of his eye, finds the Swede. He looks to play in the Brazilian Joelinton, but just too much on that. Bruno in again, making a massive challenge. That's a lazy attempt by Szoboszlai. '69th minute, 21 to go. Eddie Howe finally cracked that code. Well, he shut me up and showed me that he can win trophies at Newcastle United. Shea wins the first header. He'll win the second ball as well. It's dropped into Harvey Barnes. It's Harvey Barnes. Oh. And Van Dijk in the way. Gakpo's touch gets away from him. Jacob Murphy. Oh. Just rolls it wide. Liverpool can't play at the moment. They can't put together passes. Nunez pass poor. Gakpo's touch gets away from him. And too much space for Murphy. Could have done much better with that. There's Mo Salah. Haven't seen much of him. Diaz. 4 Liverpool forwards now. Plus Szoboszlai. Plus Curtis Jones. There's a lot of attacking talent out there. They got to put it together though. They've got to put it together quick, you'd think. Gakpo's ball in, looking for Salah, and it's straight into the hands of a grateful Nick Pope. Gravenberch just run out of the green grass. That's how the way this is going. You got to wonder. Is this a waste, once again, of a Liverpool great season, a great side, on a really off month? Great teams like City pounce. They win trebles. They win doubles. They win domestic trophies. They put teams away. They turn up for big occasions. This Liverpool side continually fantastic for a good 80% of a season, but continue to be let down by odd, poor performances. Normally in the lead-up, but in a cup final, it's rare. But again, letting themselves down here. It's been a shadow of themselves today in this game. Joelinton again, pumped for every challenge. Bruno wins that one back. Szoboszlai fouls him. Once again, Bruno. "18 minutes and change to go. Liverpool with all to do. Newcastle in the ascendancy. 2 goals to the good, and frankly, too good so far." Trippier over this dead ball. They've been dangerous in these sort of set pieces all day. Goes quick, looking for Isaac. Broken up by Robertson. This is Andy Robertson's last cup final. He plays in for Liverpool as well. Throwing one last punch here, Liverpool. Federico Chiesa, Harvey Elliott readying themselves. Poor give away from Bruno Guimaraes. Darwin Núñez. Quanta now. That's away from Gakpo. The quality's just not been there today for Liverpool. Slot wants those changes and wants those changes now. Off comes Gravenberch, on comes Sorry. It is Federico Chiesa. And it's Harvey Elliott to come on. And Luis Diaz coming off. So Liverpool 3. And it's almost like a box midfield in behind the front 3. It is kitchen sink stuff for Liverpool. And it needs to be. Spilling over now. Newcastle doing their best to time waste. Doing their best to slow Liverpool down. Liverpool want it foot to the throttle right now. "15 minutes of exhilarating football to be played." Szoboszlai finds Cody Gakpo. Dropping it off to Dominic Szoboszlai. Now to Yarrow Quansah. Ahmed Salus. All of a sudden got a few touches of the football again. Wins a corner off Tino Livramento. Is this Liverpool's opportunity? Is this their opening here? Elliott straight on and onto the corner. He's left-footed in-swinger. Kwanzaa, Virgil van Dijk, Gakpo and co. All targets in this corner. Elliott. It's Pope's out fantastically well. Szoboszlai ushers that behind for Liverpool throw. Liverpool have got it camped in the Newcastle half. Ball in, flicked on. Livramento has to get rid. And as far as Harvey Elliott. Edge of the area stuff. Chiesa. Handball surely against Bruno. Not given by the referee. Waved away. Harvey Barnes now. This could be a chance for Alexander Isak. They can't outmotor Andy Robertson. Liverpool's lived to fight another day. Van Dijk searching for and finding Mohamed Salah. Finds Jones and Yao Kwanzaa. Newcastle have got their bank of 4. And a bank of 5 sitting in front of that with Alexander Isak leading the line. So a 4 and a 5 to get through for Liverpool. Will it be the usual faces? Salah, Van Dijk. Or will there be someone different? Chiesa, Nunez, Kwanzaa, Jones. Flicked on header. Livramento had to get clear. He did. Trippier won the second ball away. It's allowed back at Van Dijk as Newcastle keeps hitting deeper and deeper. You can't get too deep if you're Newcastle. It'll just allow Liverpool to go closer and closer to the edge of the area and create a big opportunity. That's a foul on Chiesa by Bruno Guimaraes. You know, Federico Chiesa loves this pitch. He loves Wembley. There's some great experiences for him in a cup final on this deck. A goal now, the goal next 2 or 3 minutes makes the last 10 very, very interesting if you're Newcastle, because you do not want to be trying to hold on for 10 minutes. Szoboszlai's in. Burn away like he has been all day. Out as far as Curtis Jones. Lofted in looking for Nunez. Picked up by Chiesa. Pull out to Cody Gakpo. Now Harvey Elliott. Elliott the hero in Paris. Can he be the hero at Wembley? Jones. Salah again. He's getting more and more involved. That smells danger. Ball in. Chiesa momentarily had his touch got away from him. Fabian Schär hooked that ball away. Elliott playing the ball through the lines. Van Dijk looking a very, very agitated figure. Elliott's ball in. Away by Burn once more. Out as far as the wide player for Liverpool. Salah. To the real last knockings now. 10 minutes to play, plus some stoppages. Chiesa finding Harvey Elliott. He's been on the pulse since coming on. It's Jones. That's a wild effort. That goes sailing into his Liverpool fans behind that goal. Callum Wilson has readied himself and he'll come on for the goal scorer. Potentially the winner from Alexander Isak. Like he does in all the big games, it feels like. He's done it at the Emirates, he's done it here at Wembley, done it versus Chelsea in this competition as well. Loves to score against a big side. On comes Callum Wilson, a bit of a club hero. Not often you get to see Alexander Isak and Callum Wilson both fit at the same time. There's Joe Willock. He's coming on in place of number 11, Harvey Barnes. So energy inserted in this Newcastle side. Maybe enough energy just to keep Liverpool at bay. As I said, I've sort of gone to a 3-4-3 with a box midfield in that 3. That ball's landed at the feet of Joel Linton. Here comes the substitute Joe Willock with his counterpart in the box in Callum Wilson, but he's gone back to Joel Linton. Little give and go with Bruno Guimaraes. Joel Linton! Oh, it's just past the near post. Bright little move. Tonali turns. Tonali! Parried save by Kelleher. And you feel like there's more chance of Newcastle nicking the third here than Liverpool getting there first. That Kelleher throw cleaned up by Dan Burn. Here comes Tena Livramento. Joe Willock on the outside. Livramento. It's come off Curtis Jones in behind for a Liverpool corner. Great chance for Newcastle. Take more sting out of the game. Take more time out of it. Play short. Take the time. Trippier to swing that one back into the box. Way about Curtis Jones. Willock wins the header. It's come to Callum Wilson. That's wild and over the crossbar. Remember, football fans, it is a huge Sunday. So there's more games that come tonight. I'll definitely be going to bed watching some of those ones. Inter, Atalanta, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, Leicester City for the real diehards out there, like myself. Obviously, Rangers and Celtic as well. So a lot to be excited for. Would have been a crazy Sunday of football before the international break. Here comes Cody Gakpo. Can Liverpool swing and land a haymaker here to try and keep them alive in this one here? Because it looks like it's getting to the 10th or 11th round and those legs getting real shaky. Cody Gakpo being found. Looking for Nunez, left behind him. Gakpo manhandling and bringing Jacob Murphy to the ground. Newcastle free kick. Look at those Geordies. They are loving it. 70 odd years since the last domestic trophy. Long time coming. 5 minutes away from potentially ending that horrid streak and really starting this new era for Newcastle United under their new ownership. Eddie Howe, what a job he's done. He's got him so far. I didn't think he could take him to a trophy. He's gonna, well, it looks like, gonna take him to their first trophy in such a long period of time. They've had great teams, they've had solid teams, they've had great players. But never really had enough, Newcastle United, and it's this team with this manager and these sets of players that are just merely minutes away from ending that horrid drought. Faces of despair from those Liverpool fans, dejection, maybe even disbelief. Whilst the excitement and joy is wrapped on the face of all those Newcastle fans the other end of the pitch. Can Liverpool have one more say? Harvey Elliott now. Been great since coming on. Skips past that Joe Linton challenge. Give and go with Curtis Jones. Van Dijk wandering forward. Now Cody Gakpo. Forced backwards all the way to the halfway line. Quincy lofts that in and there's no one there. Nick Pope can take his time with that easy catch for the big man in goal. Arne Slot and his crew have had nothing today. This Newcastle United side. Andy Robertson searches along. Burn heads away again, like he has all day long. Curtis Jones lofts another ball in. Over Van Dijk, headed away by Trippier. Chiesa to chase down Joe Willock. Jacob Murphy, however. Great chance from the Italian. He wins it and takes control of it and drives it forward for Liverpool. Barely featured for the Reds this season, but could he become a bit of a hero here if you can get Liverpool back in this game? Elliott, oh, it's nearly found Jones, and Salah can't keep it alive. We take it to the last 2 minutes of this one here. Jacob Murphy to get off. It looks like Longstaff to come on in his place. Maybe not. Not quite yet. Maybe not. He is a man hobbled. Now Murphy makes way. There's Emil Kraft. Newcastle to truly see this one out. It's 8 minutes to add it on. It's not the shortest period of time. Those Newcastle fans will be still worried. Joelinton. Here's Emil Kraft. He's just come on the pitch. Finding Bruno Guimaraes. Kraft again. Callum Wilson. Qantas shielded well. And Keller collects. There come Liverpool. 21 minute down into the required 8 added on. Andy Robertson has probably been Liverpool's best player today. He's really given it a go. Bruno pushed over by Cody Gakpo. That should be another yellow, you'd think. There's Willock. Skipping past Yarrow Quansah. His ball's poor. Robertson hoofs that up. Nunez looking to get on the header there. Elliott again. What can the Reds conjure here? Elliott looking for Van Dijk. Gets hook on it. Nunez. Nunez. It's blocked by the plethora of black and white jumpers. Joelinton can drive Newcastle away. Bruno loses out to Elliott. It's through. He hasn't scored. The flag's up. The flag is up. I thought the Italian had struck there for Liverpool. Great work from Elliott to win it against Bruno. He's onside. He's well onside. This will be Liverpool 2-1. It looks onside to me, but I've been wrong already today. Fabian Schär looks like he's playing Chiesa on. That looks very on to me. It looks like he's on there. The angle is very deceiving. We're going to see some lines. We're going to see a line. He's onside. And only 2-1 to Liverpool. Oh, not so fast. We go back because apparently it's a foul. Elliott wins the ball clean. Yeah, Bruno runs into Elliott. Elliott wins the ball cleanly. He plays the pass through. Elliott, Chiesa's onside. This should be a goal. VR check complete. And Chiesa's brought one back. Listen to the roar. Chiesa's got one back. They've got 3 minutes and change. Great finish from the Italian. It gives Liverpool a small sniff on this game here. Just a moment to appreciate the nerves of Eddie Howe, the nerves of those Newcastle fans, Alan Shearer in the stands. But boy, you know it's Liverpool. They'll find a way. Headed on. Hooked back by Andy Robertson. Flicked on by Jones. Fabian Schär just goes for ground. Callum Wilson keeping that ball alive. And wins a throw for his team. You'd think it'd be 2.5 to 3 minutes left. Not long to go. Get comfy and tune in for these last 2 minutes. For a blockbuster finish here. That's gone out off Chiesa. Those Newcastle fans can't bear to watch. Seconds now, you'd think. It's a foul in favour of Liverpool. Liverpool are off. Kelleher. One last roll of the dice. Szoboszlai's had his pull. Van Dijk tracking back. Willock looking for the corner flag. And winning the corner. This is a roar behind that goal. It's almost a bigger celebration than the goal itself. Tonight at the corner. You know where they're going. Another Newcastle throw. And I reckon it's about 20 seconds to play now. They're so close. All those years of agony. All those years of hurt. Finally. The Toonami. They should be able to celebrate here any moment. Tonali won't let go of it. Bruno. Kept alive. Maybe it's not done yet. Here come Liverpool. Szoboszlai. Finding Salah. Great little take. Looking for Van Dijk. Joe Linton. Wilson. Apparently onside. We're into the 100th minute now. And Liverpool want a red card, and I would want a red card as well, I think. We're back on. Kelleher. Van Dijk wins a header. And that's that. Newcastle United win the Carabao Cup Final. Over 50 years of hurt, 50 years of anguish. But finally the Toon Army can celebrate. What a game from Eddie Howe's men. Geordie joy. Liverpool to spare. And it's delight for those in black and white. It was a first half header from Dan Burn on the stroke of half time. A second half lovely finish from Alexander Isak. Some late drama with Chiesa scoring into stoppage time, but they held on in the end. Newcastle got the job done. They made up for that hurt and the disappointment of 2023, and they lift the trophy today. More disappointment for Liverpool, losing again in a week. They've been knocked out of the Champions League. They lose the Carabao Cup Final. It means they've only got the Premier League to compete for. But I don't think the Newcastle fans care one bit. Over 50 years of nothing. No trophies. No celebrations. But that ends tonight. Bruno Guimaraes, Dan Burn, Tonali and co. lead this side to silverware. And is celebrated like nothing would be celebrated in Newcastle. An incredible performance for Eddie Howe and his men. Incredible result for Eddie Howe, getting over the line, getting some silverware for this side. And they undoubtedly deserved it. It was Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. Newcastle United, your Carabao Cup winners for 2025.